Mike joins us now. Mike, how do I introduce you?
Friend of Dan Patrick for 25 years. How's that?
Okay. How about professionally?
Doesn't that trump any other name that could go, or any other title that could go with my name?
I agree, but I have to introduce you like professionally. So Mike Tirico of ESPN/NBC.
Currently of ESPN, still of ESPN. We'll be of NBC soon. How about that?
Okay. How did you get this farewell tour? And I got 3 days.
That's a good question. I don't know. I think you set the tone for everyone. People saw your departure and said, you know what? It needs to be a little bit longer than that. So they've given me a little bit longer. So once again, you set the tone for everyone.
Yeah, but your farewell tour is longer than Kobe's. That's not fair, Mike.
No, it's not. It's only one place. I will go to the Euros in Paris and work the soccer for about 3.5 weeks, and then start my new assignment.
All right, let's go through.
One stop. It's a one-stop farewell tour, Dan. Just many nights. It's like the Celine Dion show in Vegas. It just goes on in the same spot every night.
When did you start to think about leaving ESPN?
Oh, start to think about it. I'd say, candidly, as I got closer. It's the closest I had ever come to the end of a contract, and it was the first time that I really thought maybe that quote free agency window that all the athletes talk to us about all the time, maybe it would be a different experience to see what else is out there and to find out if there's anyone else interested in me and what they would have for me. So I'd say, as we got around the first of the year and got past something immediate for a contract to be continued or extended, that I said, you know what, let's just see what's out there.
How did you tell the mothership you were leaving?
Just very simply just said that we had this opportunity and this offer at NBC, and they were great about it. They said, we understand and we appreciate the time spent, and wish you the best of luck. There was no angry words, no acrimony, none of that. And we joke. You and I have joked a lot on air, off air. The place has been unbelievable and lifelong friends and great experiences. And I have nothing bad to say. I'm not running away from ESPN, and there's not this woe is ESPN where I live. They still have the preponderance of sporting events on a day in, day out basis. It's still the place I go to watch sports. I will as I leave. We talk about it all the time. It still sets a tone, I think, in the country for sports. This is just an opportunity to do different things I've never had the chance to do, and to be on your team again, which really was the breaking point for me.
Was it a phone?
That was a skeptical laugh, Dan.
Yes, of course. Was there a phone call? Was it in person? Did you go? Oh, it was.
Yeah, it was a phone call. I haven't been back up in Connecticut much because I don't do any studio work for the most part in Bristol. The few things I've done studio on, whether it's the Masters or the soccer over the last couple of World Cups, has been out of house. So I only go through Bristol a few times a year. So my interactions with our bosses usually happen when I see them at events or on the road, and this all happened to be via phone. But nothing to read into that at all. If it was in person, would have been just the same.
Whenever somebody leaves ESPN, the Danettes always say, "What role did you play?" And They accused me of somehow springing you like this was Shawshank Redemption.
I'd say perhaps subconsciously for the last, how many years have you been doing the show now?
I think I've been out 8 years.
Okay, so is that all? Wow, it feels a lot longer.
Maybe it's 9.
Maybe the subconscious daily use of the term the mothership. Maybe that wore on me a little bit, but I think we can keep your fingerprints off of this comfortably.
Good.
And that's a good thing, Dan. Maybe it's a sign of maturity.
The Danettes.
So one of the things I've asked, I really wanted to know, and I haven't gotten this answer yet, what is the true connection with you and NBC? Does this mean that I have to come on your show every time Fritzy calls?
Wow.
No. I just want to know. I just want to know.
No, you don't have to. But okay, but this is what was brought up earlier today.
Okay.
Would Mike host the Dan Patrick Show if I'm not here?
I don't have the same buttery stroke at the basketball hoop
come on, Mike. Come on.
The basketball ring.
Come on.
Or the golf simulator. Or do I have to say every time we go to break, this is the Dan Patrick Show?
Yes.
I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
I need some mental support to get over it. Maybe one of the Danettes could say that going to break, so I didn't have to say it all the time, and then I would consider it.
Okay, fair enough. I will get rid of "This is the Dan Patrick Show" as we go to commercial break. The Danettes had an inkling at the Super Bowl. Remember, there was a Super Bowl party, and you saw the Danettes, and it was an afternoon party. Yes. And I left. They saw you, and then Paulie says, after the fact, I see him later, and he goes, "What's Mike Tirico's contract situation?" I go, "I don't know." He goes, "He was really, really nice to us. I'll bet he's leaving." And I go, that was the only reason why you would be nice to the Danettes is because you were leaving. Would you like to clear that up?
Yes. No, you're all in many ways longtime friends. Feel like you're part of the family because the show is on in my office at home in the mornings. And so you just feel that comfort. Fritzy, I can be honest now, when I replaced you on ESPN radio, we were desperate to try to keep Fritzy because no one has a unique ability to pester people in a polite way and get them on the air in America. He's the all-time first ballot Hall of Famer when it comes to that. And I've always been fond of the guy. So there's a comfort, but maybe the day in, day out, and maybe I was trying to just lay the foundation that in the unlikely event I left, when you are off hitting your free golf clubs or doing whatever you do on vacation, if you needed a sub, they would welcome me with open arms.
What's your role at NBC going to be?
A lot of stuff. Still, some of it to be, ironed out and dialed in to the specifics, but certainly involved with the football on Thursday and Sunday nights, and involved in Rio, and then some golf events, and that was big for me too. The thing that brought me from SportsCenter anchor, working with you and everybody back in Bristol, to a more national role as a play-by-play announcer or an event announcer was golf. And I did that with Curtis Strange and then Azinger and Faldo at ABC for many years. And once ABC and ESPN got out of that business, my golf schedule is now down to 2 days, and that's at Augusta. And I really miss that. So the opportunity just to be around to work with Dan and Johnny and everybody at NBC, they do such a great job, and all the Golf Channel folks, it's such a big golf commitment within the company that just to be a part of that, small part of that, going forward was very big for me. So all those things are out there, and then because of the timing of this, we haven't been able to dial in specifics. But perhaps there's still time to add Dan Patrick's sub.
I like that
to the list. Maybe I can work that in the new deal.
Do you think this new company logic with the mothership of letting higher price salary talent go affected how your situation at all?
I don't think so. They're without sharing the economics of it, they made a really wonderful offer, and it was not about the money. I mean, to be just very honest about it, when you look at the events, the best events I was doing at ESPN, and they're great events, it would have been the quarterfinal of the Big Ten tournament was the best I did in college hoops. Game 6 of an NBA second round series, or the wild card game that we had. And if you just look at the portfolio of events at NBC that I'll be a part of, with the Olympics and Super Bowls and NFL and the 2 primetime packages, the portfolio is just bigger events. And I'm going to be 50 this year. I was at ESPN for more than half my life, and it was awesome. And lifelong friendships were made there. And look at us. I mean, we're friends 8-9 years after. Those will endure and last. I just wanted to take another chance to write a different chapter. And if it wasn't a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, I'd be back at ESPN. But this is, and the people at NBC have been nothing short of incredibly welcoming for me. And that's why I'm excited about the opportunity. It's why I did it.
All right, before I let you go, our poll question, you have to pick best player right now in the NBA, Steph Curry or LeBron James?
I'm going to go LeBron for this reason. If they played one-on-one, I know LeBron could get inside and score on Steph. And if you just take complete player, offense, defense, everything, LeBron can defend more people at a higher level than Steph can. So I'm just going to take it based on that. I know. Look, I voted for Steph for MVP. I hope it's a unanimous vote when it comes out. I think he was the best player in the league this year. But if you're asking me, complete game, everything one-on-one right now, because of the defense and the size, I would still take LeBron.
Oh, Paulie has one more question. You can ask Mike the question, Paulie.
Yeah. Mike, because we did this last hour, how many of the following movies have you seen? Steel Magnolias, The Notebook, Sex and the City, Dirty Dancing, Legally Blonde, of those 5?
2. I got to think. I'm so low on movies. Covering all these sports, my movie viewership is virtually non-existent. But Dirty Dancing for sure. I know I saw one of the others somewhere on a plane or something like that. May have dozed off along the way. When you guys at the end of the last hour were doing your full conversation of actresses, completely out to lunch. No idea what you're talking about.
You had no idea who Rachel McAdams is?
No, know the name. I hear her mentioned on this show.
Oh my God!
But I don't get the chance. Maybe now I'll get the chance to become a cinephile, but I don't get the movie opportunities. I'm watching, Purdue play Penn State to prepare for a Big Ten game. So perhaps there'll be a little change in my life, and I can become more like you guys.
It's quality of life, Mike. You'll realize that. You have quality of life, so you can watch movies like The Notebook and Sex and the City.
What have I done my whole career? I've tried to follow your example and your lead, and I'm going to continue that now into this next chapter of my life.
Thank you, Mike. Congratulations.
Thank you, pal. See you later.
All right. That's Mike Tirico.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.